Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing well. Just getting us going on both platforms here. Started a little early. We'll get going here pretty soon. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. Hope all is well. Thanks for joining. I am on TikTok on my phone. I'm on YouTube on my laptop. Just firing it up. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Popped in and out of your lives a little bit over the last couple, 2-3 weeks. We are Tuesday night. It's Park Life Live. I cover questions that folks have sent in or asked during the live, cover any new news or rumors, and then we play a game or two at the end. I've got a couple games for tonight. I am feeling amazing. I'm about 90 days away from my next trip to Disney, and I'm excited about that. Doing well health-wise. Appreciate you asking. How are you guys doing? When are you going back down to Disney? We fly down on November 11th. I think I'm pretty close to 90. Might be 91. 8 days. Oh, sweet. 8 days. So about the 20th of August. So if my math is right, they will have Halloween going on, right? I don't think I have them written down. 17th is the first day. Are you guys going to the Halloween party? Hey, Blake, how are you? Welcome in. 29 days for you. That is outstanding. We're just getting started here. You are doing Mickey's Not So Scary. That is awesome. I love that. I love that parade. Hey, Dina, welcome in. I'm always fascinated how, it's always loud at Disney, right? There's tens of thousands of people. There's rides going on. There's shows, what have you. But, man, you can hear a pin drop when that Headless Horseman comes trotting down the parade route. It makes the hair on my arms kind of rise up just thinking about it. I love that. The Headless Horseman is amazing. Grave Diggers are good. All of it's just spectacular. But that moment with the Headless Horseman, it's just pure silence, and all you hear is clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. It's one of my favorite things. I think that, for me, that and then the toy soldiers and the Christmas parade are by far my favorite things when it comes to probably anything at the Magic Kingdom all year long. Those are probably my two favorite things. Of course, I say that, and I could start thinking about other things, and I'd say, oh, these are my favorite things. For instance, the flag retreat. I think that is just an amazing experience. If you've never watched the flag retreat at 5 p.m. Up at the front of the park at Magic Kingdom, you've got to make sure you do it. It is spectacular. It's just, hey, Katie, welcome in. It's just kind of awe-inspiring to see them recognize a veteran or multiple veterans, retrieve the flag, play the national anthem, do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then march down halfway, and then they do a little ceremony with that veteran, and then all of the cast members are there to thank the veteran for their service. It's such a special experience. It's really cool. So if that's something you've never done before, by all means, I would say put that on your to-do list for a future trip down to Disney World. We're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then we're going to get going. I've got 3 questions that were sent in, so we'll hit those, and then I've got a little bit of news, and then we'll play our games. Get pen and paper or pencil and paper for the games. If you want to participate, We're playing Rank 'em tonight. I have a category with a number of items that I'll rattle off for you to write down, and then we're going to rank them worst to first, and everybody gets their own vote on how they rank them, and we just kind of compare notes. It's kind of fun to do. So I'd love for you to play along. Dina, we'll see if we match quite a bit tonight like we have in the past. So Blake, 29 days, have you started packing yet? Girls started packing yet? We're going to give it about 2 minutes, then we're going to start. You know anybody that would like to join in, share this with them, text them, ping them, however you get in touch with them, have them join us. We'll have some fun tonight. Dean, are you guys getting excited for your trip? I think we're like 91 days, somewhere in that neighborhood. Girls have all their outfits for each day and their closets ready to go. I love that. You'll be a last week packer. I understand that. But I think that's pretty cool that the girls have their outfits lined up. Now, do your girls do matching outfits, the two of them at each day, each park, or do they have their own separate outfits that they do? Yeah, Dina. So we're getting darn close. Let me see here. I know for me, September 12th is when I could do my dining. And so I think I know what we're going to do. I believe, and now I got to look, I had it scribbled down somewhere, but we fly down on the 11th. The 12th will be at Magic Kingdom all day. The 13th, Animal Kingdom. The 14th is our Magic Kingdom day with everybody, and then the Christmas party that night. The 15th is Epcot. I think we're going to do Tepanito for dinner at Epcot. And then on Sunday, the 16th, I think we'll be at Hollywood Studios. And I think we're going to do 50s prime time for lunch. And then I'm not sure after that. Tina, I heard last minute pack and it was like I was summoned. That's awesome. Dina, thinking about Topolino's Terrace. That place is really incredible. The food is good. The experience with the characters is awesome. The view is spectacular. If you have extra time after you've eaten or before you eat, go out on the terrace outside. The view is spectacular. Anthony's still debating on Crystal Palace. You cannot, for me personally, you cannot go wrong with Crystal Palace breakfast and enjoy the Mickey churro waffles. Kylie, I got an owner's locker and it's changed how I Disney. That is so cool. I love that. Hey, Tasha, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. We're getting ready to go here. I got questions to answer, got news to share, and then we are going to do a fun game. It's good to see you too, Disney fan. I appreciate you joining. Thank you. Yeah, and party night, do that Magic Kingdom. Yeah, that'd be great, Anthony. And special tip, if you really want to maximize the experience, try to get a reservation around 10:30 in the morning if you can wait. That way you still get breakfast at 10:30, but around 11 they're switching over to lunch and they don't usher you out. So you can get breakfast foods and then lunch foods. That's just a tip if you want. So you can do that. But otherwise, yeah, Crystal Palace, you can't go wrong. The characters are fun. The food's great. I'm a breakfast junkie when it comes to dining there. We do we do Tusker House at Animal Kingdom quite often. Really tasty there. So anyway, all right, let's roll. I'm going to go through the questions that were submitted first and then do some news. Then we're going to get to games. I want to spend most of our time on games tonight. So for those hey, JJ, welcome in. So those that you can join, If you want to play games, grab pen and paper or pencil and paper, so I can have you write down some items. When we get to it, we're going to rank things. Everybody gets to rank from your worst or least liked to your favorite, most liked. And I'll tell you the category when we get there. And then those that were with us last week, I'm going to continue with CEO for a day. I've got like 4 different items for you to think about being CEO. I love my breakfast foods. Yeah, no doubt, Anthony. Absolutely. Disney fan question: when do you recommend getting in the bus line Magic Kingdom from the All Stars to rope drop? We've been doing 7, but we feel that's too late for an 8:30 early opening. When do buses start? I would agree. Hey, Chris, welcome in. I've got your question ready to go here in a minute. We would make sure that we were not getting to the bus line at 7 because you're already waiting behind 30 or 40 people, but we would be there 6:45, so we're getting on the bus no later than 7. That way we're rolling into the Magic Kingdom by 7:30. I would say don't do anything later than that if you want to get in there super early. And now that they let you with rope drop for, hey, Helen, welcome in, for resort guests, you don't have to wait in that queue with thousands of people on the bridge. They let you get into Tomorrowland. They let you get into Fantasyland. We did that. We were in line for the ride and super, super, super short. Very great experience for us. Last time we were there with my grandson, who's 20 months old. Now, we did Winnie the Pooh for our first rope drop ride. I know that's not a hot commodity ride, but it was all about the trip with him. So we were able to do Winnie the Pooh and then Dumbo. We saw Tigger. We did the teacups, all of those things before our 9:15 Fast Pass or Lightning Lane at Jungle Cruise. So we were able to get a lot of stuff done. And obviously, those aren't the most popular things, but it was a great experience with him. So anyway, all right, let's roll. Chris asked, can we park our car at our cabin at Fort Wilderness? So obviously, I'm assuming, Chris, you're staying there, which is cool. Simple answer is this: one car, and if you have a golf cart, one car and golf cart can park at the cabin. If you got more than one car with you, additional cars can park at the Outpost parking lot, which is at the entrance to Fort Wilderness. Hopefully, just curious. Okay, cool. So yeah, one car, and if you have a golf cart with you or rent a golf cart, that can park at your cabin. Additional cars at the Outpost parking lot at the entrance to Fort Wilderness. Sabrina, I don't know if Sabrina's on or not. I know she asked a question in Discord, so I'll go ahead and rattle off. She can always come back and listen if she'd like to. Yeah, Disney has a new deal for DVC members. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. Sabrina asked if there was anything she should know about Thanksgiving week. She's going to be there Thanksgiving week. Hey, Lauren, welcome in. Good to see you. We're going to play games here in a little bit. Grab pen and paper. In just a few minutes, we're going to play a couple games. So if you can stick around, have some fun with us, love to have you hang out with us. Anything she should know about Thanksgiving week? First and foremost, it's busy. Any holiday week at Disney World is busy. Thanksgiving week is no exception. Most kids have, at a minimum, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off from school. I think there's a lot of districts around the country that give them the entire week off. We've never been one of those here, but that happens. So it's going to be busy without a shadow of a doubt. The other most important thing I think you want to make note of is the Christmas party has started by then. And so unless you're going to go to a Christmas party, you want to make sure you know which dates the Magic Kingdom closes early. And likewise, which dates Hollywood Studios closes early for Jollywood. So for the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm basically doing Sunday to Sunday of that week, Magic Kingdom will close at 6 p.m. on November 25th, November 26th, November 28th, and November 30th for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So the park will close early. If you don't have a party ticket, you'll be ushered out at 6 p.m. Jollywood is on November 24th and November 29th. So again, if you're there the week of Thanksgiving, you're not going to participate in the parties, don't have tickets, those parks will close early on those days. Outside of that, just plan on busy parks, long lines, that sort of thing. So I don't know if Cece joined or not, but she'd asked, "Is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party good for adults who have never gone before?" Yes, 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 1,000 yeses. Um, if you've never been to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the highlights and I mean the experience itself is second to none. But a unique parade that you don't get to see during the daytime at the Magic Kingdom until Christmas. Fireworks are different. It's a unique show during the Christmas parties, their party nights. Stage show is unique. They have special music, performances, bands, things like that that happen. Lower crowd levels. They typically sell about 30,000 tickets for the holiday parties. It's usually about 30% of capacity. So you can expect shorter wait times and lines, less crowding, Main Street, more room to breathe, if you will. So by all means, if you've never been to one of the parties and you're going to be there and it fits in your budget, I would get tickets. You'll see some people that will tell you that it's a one and done for them. Others that go every single time. But if you've never been, you won't be either one of those two things. So I'd at least say try it if you can go the one time for sure. Okay, that was it for questions. If anybody has additional questions, by all means, please ask away, and I'll happily answer them. But we're going to talk promos and then news, and then we're playing games. So from a promotional standpoint, I think I announced this last week. They just came out with this. If you're planning a Disney cruise, they're offering 50% off third and fourth guests in the cabin on select Disney Cruise Line sailings for later this fall into 2026. Pretty incredible. I mean, figure 50% off the third guest and the fourth guest. It's essentially paying for three and getting the fourth one free. So you can't go wrong with that. And Disney World continues the up to 20% off discount, what they're saying this holiday season that runs October 12th through November 20th and November 23rd through Christmas Day, December 25th. So again, anybody who's planning on going to be down there for Park Life Live, November 13th through the 15th, there's discounts to be had at the resorts, and love to have you join us. As far as news goes, Blake, I thought of you, Beacon Barrel. I shared this last week, but just sharing it again. It opens August 29th. Reservations open this Thursday, the 14th. So, Blake and your girls, if you were thinking about going to the new Pirates Tavern across from Pirates of the Caribbean at Magic Kingdom, reservations open this Thursday. I'd highly recommend getting reservations. And these taverns, as they're opening them, when you get in, it's like 40, 45 minutes, and then they kind of shepherd you out so that the next groups can come in. You're not spending an hour and a half there like you do at some of the restaurants. This was officially announced, I think, today, but I had heard about it last week. I just didn't say anything until I got the official announcement. The mini MINNIE vans that you see on Disney property that will transport guests. You book those through Lyft. It's essentially like Lyft, but it's Disney cast members that are driving them. They now offer those from the airport, MCO in Orlando, to your resort if you're staying at a deluxe resort. It's not cheap. It's $199 each way. It can support up to a total of 7 guests. And they do have up to 2 car seats per vehicle if you need those. So something that you can absolutely take advantage of. But it's not cheap by any stretch. So wanted to share that. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, that starts up here on August 15th. These dates are sold out as of right now for the Halloween party if you're thinking about going. August 15th, August 17th, August 19th, 22nd, 29th, September 12th, and then Halloween Day, October 31st. Those are the ones that are sold out so far. It blows me away to think that the first Halloween party is in 3 days. That just connected in my head. Incredible. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in Jollywood. If you're going to be there during those periods of time, nothing is sold out yet. I wouldn't wait too much longer to buy tickets, especially the opening night and the last night. Those sell out first, but those are going to be selling out sooner rather than later, I'm sure. Okay. Let's play games. So again, grab paper, pen. Yeah, Tasha, the Spirit jerseys are awesome. No doubt about it. Paper, pen. We're going to do the short one first. We're going to finish playing CEO for a day. So if you weren't with us last week, my declaration was you wake up tomorrow morning and you've been designated CEO of Disney World for the day. And I had questions like, what new resort would you have? What new character meet greets would you have? What kind of new restaurant or cuisine would you have? What new ride would you add? What ride would you get rid of? Those sorts of things. So I've got 4 more for CEO for the day. These you don't need pen and paper for. The next game you will. But if you were CEO for the day at Disney World, what is one ride that's no longer at Disney World that you would bring back? So think about the rides that they've been there in the past, in yesteryear, so to speak, when each one of us was somewhat younger than we are today, that you loved. What would be that one ride, if you were CEO for the day, that you would bring back to Disney World? And JJ, it can be Animal Kingdom as well. It can be any of the 4 parks. So it's perfect for you. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Sherry says Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Anthony would bring back the Backlot Tour tram at Hollywood Studios. Love that one, Anthony. That was probably the second one I thought of that I would bring back. Mr. Toad's is great. That's been gone quite a while. I think the downside of Mr. Toad's, and this is also the same problem with the Snow White Scary Adventures, was that they were just that, somewhat scary, a little dark. And so I think little kids didn't know that, and parents may not have known that, and scared the dickens out of them when they took the ride for the first time. Anybody on the YouTube side? Blake, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Alien Encounter. Man, I remember 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea as a little bitty kid. That goes back a long time for me. And you, as a little bitty kid, that first time or two, the 5 or 6 or 7-year-old, you thought those were real sea creatures you were seeing underneath there. I think about that ride today and how claustrophobic that actually was. It didn't affect me as a kid, but as an adult, there's some tiny quarters, but loved that attraction. That's a good one, Blake. Anybody else? Who else has got a ride that you would bring back if you were CEO for the day at Disney World? Any of the 4 parks? Magic Kingdom probably has the most rides that are closed that you can bring back, but the other parks have some. Tina, surely you've got one. If you're just joining on the TikTok side, Sherry would bring back Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Yeah, the first time you ever saw that show, it scared the bejesus out of you with the different special effects that you would feel while you were sitting in the theater. If you're just joining on the TikTok side, welcome in. My name is Mike. I'm a travel agent that specializes in Disney. We do these lives every Tuesday night just to have some fun, chit-chat Disney stuff. We are playing the game right now. You are CEO for the day. And the question is, what ride would you bring back to Disney World that no longer exists? The one I wrote down was the Great Movie Ride at Hollywood Studios. I think of all of the rides, that's the one. That and the Backlot Tours that Anthony mentioned, those are probably the top 2 for me that I would bring back from a ride perspective. But Blake, I remember 20,000 Leagues. I remember Alien Encounter, Stitch's Great Escape. Heck, I remember the Skyway when they had the ski lift that would go across the park. Miko, I'm from Australia. I'd love to go to Disney. That's a long flight, but that would be awesome. I know Disney's adding another park over in Europe or Asia, but man, I'm surprised they haven't thought about putting one in Australia, to be honest with you. Yeah, Blake, I absolutely remember the ski lifts. It was called the Skyway. The one station was over in Tomorrowland, over near where Carousel of Progress is today, and the other one is or was where Cinderella or not Cinderella, where Rapunzel's tower and those bathrooms are. That's exactly where those stations were, and you'd ride the ski lift from one side to the other. I remember that vividly. I think that closed like in 1999, if I'm not mistaken. Dina, can't think of anything that you'd bring back. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to the next one. So I did ride. What's one attraction? Could be a show or an attraction that you would bring back if you were CEO for the day. Helen wants Stitch, but she never wrote it. Yeah, that was one that. Oh, Anthony is a good one. Lights, Motors, Action at Hollywood Studios. I did enjoy that a lot. Yeah, the Stitch's Great Escape was kind of fun. Sad to have seen that one go, especially since like Stitch popularity has grown over the years. Yeah, Anthony, I knew what you meant. Lights, Motors, Action. Great show at Hollywood Studios. Um, for my one attraction, if I could pick any one, and I kind of, went a little outside the box here, it has to be Osborne Family Lights at Hollywood Studios at Christmas time. That far and away was the best for me. Lights, Motors, Action is a really good one. I didn't, I love like Wishes, the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom when it was there. That's my favorite all time. But since there is a fireworks show, I didn't think I'd want to pick a fireworks show to replace it. The parade at Epcot, Dina, yes. Wasn't that called like the Tapestries of Tomorrow or the Tapestries of something? I feel like the word tapestry was in the name of that parade. Power Rangers, yes. They also had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Hollywood Studios. They also had Goosebumps. If you ever read those books, that book series Goosebumps, they had a magic show that was kind of Goosebumps related. Lauren, probably unpopular opinion, but the Bugs Life show, you liked it. There's nothing wrong with that. I liked it too. I'm excited to see what the Zootopia one is like, though. Sherry asked if Innovations counts. Absolutely. Tarzan show, Anthony. Yes, I remember that. They also used to have a Pocahontas show at Animal Kingdom, and I remember that because my oldest son at the time was probably 5. He got to beat the drum to start the show. He was also got to be an extra, if you will, in the Goosebumps magic show. Yeah, I mean, I like Bugs Life. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm also excited, like I said, to see the Zootopia. It's one of those things where over time you'll kind of sort of forget about what we had and enjoy what we have. So anyway, okay. This one might be tricky. Again, you're CEO for the day. What is one offer that Disney used to provide, no longer provides? What is one offer that you would bring back if you were CEO for the day? See if anybody chimes in with answers. If I get nothing, then I'll share a couple thoughts. The airport bus, says Anthony. So that was Mears Express, which was included in your package. If you stayed on the Disney resort, you got that free bus service from the airport to your resort and back. Anthony, that is a perfect answer. That was kind of where I was going with the offers that they used to provide that they no longer provide. That one came to my mind as my first one. Then I have one other one in the back of my mind here that I'll see if anybody else mentions. Magic bands and luggage tags. Helen says, yes, the magic bands. Dina just said magic bands. So luggage tags, you can still get them. When we went back in May, they didn't send them to my house, which they used to do. So when I checked in, I just told them, hey, can I still get the luggage tags? They checked online to make sure that they hadn't been mailed to my house, because I guess they still do that occasionally. And they went and brought me luggage tags. So if you're coming up anytime now, when you check in at the front desk, ask for the luggage tags. They'll get them for you. But the magic bands, yeah, you used to be able to get the free magic bands. Mine are around here somewhere. We still use our Magic Bands that we got in the years past that were for free. They still work, but you cannot buy the what I'll call the original Magic Band. You have to get the Magic Band Plus, and those cost, 30 to $60 or somewhere in that neighborhood. But yeah, Magic Bands, great answer. Luggage tags, the bus service, the Mears Express. The other one that I think some people would mention. So Anthony, I don't know that you can ask them to mail them to your home. I think for whatever reason they randomly do to some and others they don't, because I've seen that happen where people say, "Yeah, I got mine in the mail." Madeline and Elias, welcome in. We are playing CEO for the day. If you want to join us, yeah, they would come in cool boxes, Dina. Absolutely. The other one that I thought of was going back to hey Cheryl, welcome in. Going back to the free Fast Pass with the kiosk, and you'd go and get your 3, and then as you use them, you could go back and get new ones. That was the other one that I thought of. All right, we have one more CEO for the day question, and then we're going to do our round of rank them. So here we go. Last CEO. Again, you woke up tomorrow, you're the CEO of Disney World for one day. What is one tradition that you would keep or expand year round? So a Disney tradition that they have that you would keep year round or expand it within the parks year round. Kind of tricky. Lauren vaguely remembers some fast passes being included in a package deal for resort guests, but I may also be thinking about Universal and confusing the two. So I think resort guests got like first dibs on getting their free fast passes versus non-resort guests. Matt and Elias, I bring back Wishes and free paper fast passes. I love Wishes so much. That's my all-time favorite Magic Kingdom fireworks show. If they could bring that back, I'd be so happy. Heck, even if they would rotate it, we do 2 days of Happily Ever After, 2 days of Wishes, 2 days of Enchantment, and then keep going. I'd be okay with that. Cheryl, I'd extend the early park hours to more than 30 minutes. I like that one. That's a good one. I think a lot of people would say they'd like to bring back the late evening hours for everybody, not just deluxe guests. Yeah, Jessica. Hey, Jessica, welcome in. So here's the one I wrote down that I would expand. It already happens year round, but I'd expand it to all 4 parks, and that is the flag retreat. There's no reason why they can't do that at all 4 parks. I know they don't have the band of the other 3 parks that they have at Magic Kingdom, but you could have the Voices of Liberty sing at Epcot, and I'm sure you could figure it out at Hollywood and at Animal Kingdom. But I would love to see the flag retreat done. There are enough veterans in all 4 of those parks on any given day that they could extend that service and reward them. I think that'd be outstanding. Yes, if they had an after hours event with Wishes, they do that with Enchantment. If you go to buy the tickets for the extra evening hour events, I would love that for Wishes. Yeah, Cheryl, I think it'd be awesome if they did the flag retreat across all 4 of the parks. That'd be great. I will say this though, the one thing I do like, I know it's 30 minutes and we wish it was longer. At least it's 30 minutes early entry every day, all 4 parks. If you remember back in the olden days, some mornings were early entry in a certain park and then late hours in a certain park, and it varied day by day. And so to me, it made it harder to plan which park I wanted to go to on certain days with all the other factors of dining and whatever. So I do like the fact that it's all 4 parks every single day, 30 minutes early. All right. If you're kind of newish here and you have not done rank them with us, grab pen and paper. I have a category we're going to do. There are 16 things I'm going to have you write down. And then I'm going to tell you what's number 16 on your list, and you'll put it in the chat, and I'll announce those, and we'll go to 15, 14, all the way up until what is your number one item on this rank them list. So grab pen and paper if you haven't yet, and we'll have some fun. The category, general category, is shows. I think, I'm going to say I think, but I know I don't. I started writing these down alphabetically so that there's no favoritism or anything like that, that it might look like I was favoring one over the other. But after I got through quite a ways, then I either lost my alphabetizing skills or something happened. I got distracted or whatever. I don't know. So here we go. So you write these down and then we'll rank them. Beauty and the Beast at Hollywood Studios. Again, if you know me, I'm lazy, so I wrote B and TB, Beauty and the Beast. That's your first one. Second one to write down is Country Bears. Hey, Project Loop, we're just doing rank them. I just started rattling off. The category is shows. So if you got pen and paper and want to write them down and play along with us, Beauty and the Beast was the first show I mentioned to write down. Second one is Country Bears. The third one, new show, is the Disney Villain Show. This one might be hard for you to rank if you've not seen it at all, but it's on my list. Fourth one is Festival of the Lion King. If you want to just write Lion King, you can do that. Whatever works out for you. So that's the fourth one to write down on the list. Our fifth one is Fantasmic. So we're getting daytime, nighttime shows all in one list. After Fantasmic, the next one is Finding Nemo. After Finding Nemo, it's the Frozen Sing-Along. So I'm still doing good on alphabetizing right here, but I go off the tracks here pretty soon. After the Frozen Sing-Along is HEA, Happily Ever After. Put that one on your list. After that one is the Indiana Jones Stunt Show. Be super lazy like me and just write down Indy. You just have to remember what that is. After that, we have the Little Mermaid musical. Again, a newer show. If you haven't seen it, it might be hard to rank. After Little Mermaid musical is Luminous at Epcot, the nighttime show. And it's at this point that I break my alphabetizing of my shows. So we went kind of in left field here now. Next one is the Friendship Fair stage show at Magic Kingdom. Chuck wants to know if we can have more than one number one. You can't have 16 number ones though, Chuck. But if you have like 2, maybe 3 that are you're like absolute tops, that's okay. Or maybe you have a 1A and a 1B. You could do that too. Next is PhilharMagic, the 3D show at Magic Kingdom. Some of my favorite memories are that, watching that show when my youngest, who's now 19, almost 20, going back to college this Friday for a sophomore year, sitting in my lap when he was 2 and reaching for the objects that he thought were right there in front of him. Absolutely love that. After PhilharMagic is the Mike Wazowski Laugh Floor, also at Magic Kingdom. Also a great show. I love the uniqueness there. Jokes are different. Guest interaction, so now the comics have to be somewhat unique. Love that. I have 2 more on my list, and I might have missed a couple shows, but 16 is a pretty good number. So the Tiki Room at Magic Kingdom. Sherry, I'm not counting Muppet Vision 3D since it's gone. Chuck says I was that guy. I was that guy too. Love that. I'm all for the guest experience, interaction, all that stuff. Yeah, Sherry, it breaks my heart not having Muppet Vision 3D on the list. I love that show. That's as close to a rope drop thing for me as as you can get without actually doing it. Okay, last show on my list is the Birds of Flight, the bird show at Animal Kingdom, which is spectacular. I love that. Sherry, before the Tiki Room was the Laugh Floor. Mike Wazowski Laugh Floor at the Magic Kingdom. Okay. Here we go. 16 different shows. What is your least favorite? Don't like, however you want to call it. Number 16 on your list. What do you got? Project Loop, Laugh Floor, Trauma. You were picked, it was Trauma. So Project Loop, do you have that as number 16 for you? Little Mermaid, only because I haven't seen it, says Sherry for 16. I totally get that. I think that's fair if you haven't seen it to rank it low. Sherry, Little Mermaid, I haven't seen it. Jessica, I do love my Tiki Room, so that's going to have to wait then a little bit. Dina, Birds of Flight is 16 for her. Blake, Villains, Little Mermaid, because they haven't seen them yet. Fair enough. Okay. Dina, have you seen Birds of Flight? Or did you put it at 16 because you have not seen it? My number 16. Jessica. Okay, so Dina, you have seen it. I do enjoy that show. I think it's amazing what they've taught those birds to be able to do. Chuck said Little Mermaid, haven't seen it. What was between Beauty and the Beast and Villains? Between Beauty and the Beast and Villains was Country Bears, Project Loop. So you can add Country Bears to your list. Jessica, don't hate me, but I have Tiki Room as my number 16. I enjoy it, but the other 15, I feel I like them better. Okay, let's go to 15. What is your number 15 on your list then? No, don't quit, Jessica. It's my 16th favorite show of all the ones that I mentioned. Laugh Floor for Sherry, Mermaid for Loop. Laugh Floor for Dina. Mermaid. Oh, Loop said Mermaid. Yeah, got that one. Laugh Floor. Chuck, the updated Country Bears is really good. Jessica, and if there was more than what you mentioned, Tiki would have probably stayed at 16. Friendship Fair for Cheryl. I think that's fair, especially if you're there in the summer, standing out in front of that castle in the middle of the afternoon and all that concrete. It's difficult. I don't know how those cast members can do it. Don't spare my feelings. Okay, my number 15 is Country Bear Jamboree. Enjoy it. It's nostalgic. We do it. But the rest of these shows, I think, rank higher for me. All right, so what do you have then for 14? So, Blake, you knocked out 16 and 15 with Villains Little Mermaid. What is your number 14th ranked show at Disney World? Country Bears for Blake. Laugh Floor for Cheryl. Tiki Room for Dina. Birds of Flight for Sherry. Chuck, my next one, I guess, Laugh Floor. Always worried about being that guy again. I've never been smart enough to figure out exactly where those people sit each time so that I can either intentionally try to sit there or intentionally avoid it. It's just dumb luck, I guess. Number 14 for me is Friendship Fair. It's cute, but it's not one that I feel like I have to see every time we're there. Maybe I should rank that one 16. Oh, well. Okay, let's keep going. What's your 13? Number 13 on your list of all of the shows that I mentioned. Nemo, says Project Loop. Birds of Flight, says Blake. Indiana Jones says Sherry. And I will mention when we get to number one, whatever number one is, I will ask what it is and why it's number one for you. Friendship Fair says Dina. So there's a few of us that were matching within one or two picks, which is pretty good. Jessica, why are you not voting? You can't just say Tiki and leave it at that. I mean, I know I probably hurt your feelings. Cheryl says PhilharMagic. What are we on? 13? Is that right? 13? What was my? Yeah, I said French. Yeah, so we're on 13. My number 13 is Destin's got a trip coming in October. That's awesome. Cheryl, I heard you say PhilharMagic. I hear you. My number 13 is the Indiana Jones Stunt Show. And I blame COVID for that, because if you've been there before and after COVID, you'll remember before COVID, they pulled guests out of the audience and you go down onto the stage, and they always had the one, guest that was actually one of the actors. I loved that whole bit. I really enjoyed it. Since that's gone away after COVID, it's kind of lost some of its luster for me. So that's why I have it a little bit lower. All right, let's go on number 12. What is your number 12 ranked show at Walt Disney World? Oh, Cheryl never saw it before COVID. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Let's see here. Loop says Birds of Flight. Chuck has PhilharMagic number 12. Sherry has Friendship Fair number 12. Blake, Frozen Sing-Along. Dina, Indiana Jones Stunt Show. Cheryl has Country Bears for her number 12. My number 12 is Beauty and the Beast. And I feel like that's too low. I mean, or too high. I don't know, however you want to say it. Because I do enjoy that. We go every single time, and the singing and acting is great in it. We're just getting to that part where it's kind of hard. It's, I could put them in a hat and pull them out, and they'd be fine in the order that I pulled them out of. But I have Beauty and the Beast as number 12. What is number 11 for you? Cheryl gasp. I know, I do love the show. I really do. One of my favorite Disney thing to watch is my Disney Experience Resort Countdown. Jessica, that is an awesome thing to watch. Sherry has Country Bears at number 11. Blake says Friendship Fair for his number 11. That's what we're on now, right? Yes, number 11. Friendship Fair for Chuck at number 11. Dina has Beauty and the Beast at number 11. See, I wasn't far off at number 12. My number 11 is the Little Mermaid musical at Hollywood Studios. I think the best thing about that is the air conditioning. Cheryl has Villains at number 11. Have you seen the new Villains show, Cheryl? I know you ranked it at 11, but have you seen it? I saw it once. We were there like 2 days after it opened, so the lines were incredibly long. So we were willing to stay in line once to watch it, but we weren't going to get back in line to watch it a second time. But I did enjoy it, and we'll probably go back and do it here in November when we're back down there. What is number 10? We're heading into our top 10. What is your number 10 ranked in your top 10 shows at Walt Disney World? What do you have for number 10? Like the music in the Villain show. It is really cool, isn't it? Blake, Luminous. I'm like, he wrote L-U-M. I'm like, Lum. What is Lum? I got it. Luminous. 10 for Cheryl is Finding Nemo. Indiana Jones for Project Loop. Chuck has Country Bears. And number 10, although it's well done. Absolutely. Look, even the 16th ranked show is still better than not being there. Thank you for whatever that was that just got popped on my head there. Heart me. Thank you. My number 10 is Mickey's PhilharMagic. I think of all of the 3D shows that are at Disney, including Muppet 3D Vision, that's not there anymore, I think the 3D effects at PhilharMagic are by far the best ones. Muppets, I love that show, but those 3D were not very good. They could have improved those for sure. Dina, what do you have for your number 10? We lost some people. I don't know what happened to Tina. Villain Show. I've seen it only on streams, but hope that counts since the technically. Yeah, if you've seen it, that's fair. And hopefully you'll get to see it in November. It is a cool show to go see for sure. And of course, I think we talked about this. It'll be interesting to see in 3 or 4 years when Villains Land opens at Magic Kingdom. Do they keep the Villain Show at Hollywood Studios or do they move it? I think they keep it at Hollywood Studios. I mean, think about it. They're going to have Monsters Inc. land at Hollywood Studios. Are they going to move the laugh floor out of Magic Kingdom? Probably not. Are they going to move the Indiana Jones stunt show out of Hollywood Studios and take it over to Animal Kingdom with the Indiana Jones ride? Probably not. So I think they'll have cross. Hey, Jordan, welcome in. We're doing rank them. We're doing shows at Disney World. We're into our top 10. There were 16 total. So if you can think of any of the shows at Disney World, I'm not going to rattle them all off since we've already exhausted almost half the list, but you can chime right in with your thoughts. So did I say my number 10? My number 10 was PhilharMagic. All right, let's go to number 9. So Blake and Dina, you guys are still with me on YouTube. Anybody else on YouTube, jump in. What is your number 9 ranked show? And TikTok friends. Tiki Room. Sherry says Tiki Room. Villains for Chuck. Dina has Little Mermaid. Blake has Nemo. That Nemo show, I love that. I think it's kind of underrated a little bit, but I do love that one, and it's really good. Cheryl has Feathered Friends in Flight. That's such a cool show. I think that one really, pardon the pun, but I think that one kind of flies under the radar. I like to amuse myself with silly things like that. But yeah, I do like that show a lot. I think it's really unknown. I don't think a lot of people stop to see it. They walk right by on their way to Everest or walk right by on their way to the safari. Vacay every day. Welcome in. How are you? Yeah, wasn't that a good one, Chuck? Number 9 for me is Birds of Flight. How about that? Cheryl, we matched. That's a great show. Okay, let's move on now. We're going to do our top 8. What is your number 8 show? Disney World. Project Loop with Tiki. Good. I like it. Even though it was my number 16 and Jessica's not going to talk to me for I don't know how long because of that. She may not talk to me until she actually meets me on November 12th. Ooh, Hoop-Dee-Doo review was not on my list, but I like that one. That's a good one to add for the list. Perfect. Sherry has PhilharMagic. Cheryl has Finding Nemo. Dina with Country Bears, and Blake has Indiana Jones for number 8. Chuck has Birds in Flight for number 8. My number 8 is the Frozen Sing-Along at Hollywood Studios. If you've never done the Frozen Sing-Along and you've avoided it because you're not a huge fan of Frozen, highly encourage going to see that show. There's some adult humor in there. It's that kind of adult humor that's clean, that just goes right over the head of the kids in there. Very well done. The historians that are up on stage do a fabulous job in controlling that show. So go see it if you haven't seen it before. Okay, lucky number 7. What do you have for your number 7 ranked show at Disney World? Electrical Water Pageant. I like that one. That's a cool one too. Sherry has Villain Show even though she hasn't seen it. It's getting harder, says Cheryl. It is getting harder. Blake has the Laugh Floor at number 7. I have not said my Laugh Floor yet, Blake. I'm getting close to it, though. Cheryl has Frozen Sing-Along at number 7. Dina with Festival of the Lion King at number 7. The first entry by anyone with that show. My number 7 is Finding Nemo at Animal Kingdom. All right. We're almost to our top 5. Chuck has Frozen at number 7. Hey, Steve, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. We will see you, I think, in like 91 days if my head is screwed on straight and I remember the countdown. But it's getting close. Getting close. So always good to see you, sir. And we'll look forward to seeing you in November. What are we on? Number 6? Did I say my 7? 7 was Finding Nemo. Yeah, so let's go to number 6. What is your 6th ranked show at Disney World? Finding Nemo, says Dina. We were close. I had that 7. Festival of the Lion King for Blake. That's his number 6. Villains for Project Loop. Haven't seen it? No, you'll love it. That's fair. Beauty and the Beast for Sherry. Indiana Jones for Cheryl for number 6. My number 6 is Mike Wazowski's Laugh Floor. Just missed my top 5. So close. But here we go. Top 5. What is your number 5 ranked show? Luminous for Chuck at number 6. Vacay has Dapper Dan's listed. I like that one. Friendship Fair says Project Loop. Dina has Frozen Sing-Along. Blake has Tiki Room as his number 5. Cheryl has Luminous. So Jessica, should make you happy. Blake has Tiki Room at 5. So he at least had it in his top 5 for you. My number 5 is the Disney Villain Show. I love the fact that they actually have some characters in it. It's not just all on screen. Sherry has Happily Ever After as her number 5. So we got Cheryl with a nighttime number 5, Sherry with a nighttime number 5. If you've noticed, I have not mentioned any nighttime shows for me yet. I'm a massive fireworks person. I love the nighttime shows. They're coming up. If you haven't said number 5, I got to do the little puzzle piece here real quick. There we go. If you have not done your number 5, what do you got for 5? I think I got your guys' Dina and Blake. I think you guys are the only ones playing over on the YouTube side now. We lost Tina along the way, and JJ lost her. Okay. Number 4. Or did I give my 5? Yeah, Disney Villains. Okay, number 4. What's your number 4 show? Ooh, Spaceship Earth, Beacons of Magic. Vacay, you're dropping some awesome shows. Project Loop with Country Bears at number 4. Chuck has Tiki Room at number 4. Blake has Beauty and the Beast. And Dina has PhilharMagic at number 4. I love that, Dina. I really do. I love that show. And I think that's awesome that you have that at number 4. Festival of the Lion King says Cheryl for number 4. Festival of the Lion King says Sherry at number 4. My number 4 is Happily Ever After. So you notice I had not said any nighttime shows. There's 3 of them. Happily Ever After is number 4 for me. It's not my top 3 nighttime shows. I will tell you, I have a nighttime show at my number 1, and I have what I think is the best daytime show at number 2. All right, let's go. Number 3. We are now into your top 3. What is number 3 for you? Scuba, how are you? Good to see you. Happily Ever After says Project Loop at number 3. Fantasmic says Vacay Every Day. Number 3, Lion King for Chuck. 3, Luminous for Jordan. Just did your top 3. That's cool. Happily Ever After says Cheryl. Fantasmic says Sherry. Dina has Luminous. Blake has PhilharMagic. Murray, how are you, Mr. Pickle? There you go, Murray. Here's Mr. Pickle. There you go. Okay, my number 3 is, I know what it is. It's Luminous at Epcot. The more I see that show, the more I enjoy it. I was there on opening night and I walked away not really very impressed, but it's grown on me and I do enjoy it a lot. Can't wait to see it again. So that is number 3 for me. Dana, you and I matched on that one. The music is good, Cheryl. And I like the fact that the music isn't just all Disney songs. I mean, that's what Happily Ever After is, right? So I like the fact that it's not all Disney songs. Okay, what is your number 2? So Chuck, you wanted to have more than one number 1. So this could be your 1A or 1B, whichever you want to do. Boo to You Parade, Vacay Every Day. I like that. Luminous says Project Loop. Yeah, that they had a song for Enchanted. I do like that. Jordan has Happily Ever After number 2. Blake has Happily Ever After number 2. Dina has Fantasmic number 2. Sherry has Frozen Sing Along at number 2. I like that. Cheryl has Beauty and the Beast at number 2. Whoa, way up there. I love that. My number 2 is my favorite daytime show at Disney World. At Animal Kingdom, it is Festival of the Lion King. I absolutely love the energy in that auditorium. And I mean, while the show is the same every time, the guest interaction kind of makes it special. And I love when they bring the little kids out to let them dance and circle around the stage. I think it's really cool. But the Tumble Monkeys are awesome. Watching the dude that does the thing with fire and blades and all that stuff, and then the gal on the kind of the trapeze rope or whatever, the bird, just beautiful. So that's my number 2. And here we go. What is your, Chuck? Did you give me your 2? Yeah, no, did he yet? No, I didn't see Chuck's. What do you got, Chuck? Did you tell me? Did I miss it? Are you going to save it and give me 2 of them for number 1? You can do that if you want. What, Robert, hello. Pixie Hollow Disneyland. I don't know that one. But let's go. What is your number 1 show at Disney World? I'm trying to think if I can keep track of what. Vacay, Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. Yes, will always be number 1. Love that. Blowing out the torches. Fantastic. Love it, that show. Project Loop with number 1, Fantasmic. Blake, number 1, Fantasmic. Number 1, Fantasmic. Yes. Sherry has Luminous, number 1. Chuck has Happily Ever After because last time was from the rooftop of the Contemporary with a glass of wine with your wife. That's awesome, Chuck. I love that. I've not seen the show from over at the Contemporary before. I need to do that. Happily Ever After, says Robert. Dina has Happily Ever After number 1. My number 1 is Fantasmic. We were there the first year that it opened. I just remember being blown away. The fact, I mean, you think nighttime show, you're going to just expect fireworks and music, but the water screen and the projections on it, and then that characters on the stage and the boat. And way back then, they had the Indians on the canoes that came around. And then you had the princesses on the floats. And then fireworks, and then lasers, and the music and everything. It just blew me away. So that, for me, is still my number 1. Vacay Every Day threw some good ones in, though, that I hadn't thought of. The Electric Light pageant out on Seven Seas Lagoon is a good one that he mentioned. So, good stuff. Fun to do those. I have to come up with some more rank thems to do in the future. If anybody has suggestions on games that you'd like to see us play in the future, by all means, let me know. Missed the flaming arrow scene. Yes, I agree with you on that. I do like the additions in the middle with Frozen and Aladdin and Moana. I think those are great. Well done. But if you have an idea, you don't have to think of it and tell me right now, but message me and let me know. I'd love to incorporate any games that you guys like to play. Otherwise, I'll just keep figuring out new stuff to do each week. It's fun stuff. Today is August 12th. Can you believe we're almost halfway through August already? Insane. Our public schools here in the town I live in started today. I'm guessing a lot of you guys probably same boat, that a lot of people are heading back to school or have headed back to school. I mentioned this early on. We take my youngest son back down to college this Friday to move him in for his sophomore year down there. So little sad because I've enjoyed having him home all summer, but he's doing great things, and I know he'll continue to be successful there. Your youngest son started high school today, says Cheryl. Oh, that's tough. Vacay, I miss when Magic Kingdom was open 24 hours Memorial Day weekend to begin summer. Yeah. And I think, didn't they used to do, or maybe I'm making this up, but I think they did that once, like when it was leap year, and you got the extra day, the 29th of February, that they did the 24-hour park day then. Blake, these games are wonderful. It's funny. My girls keep me on check when you're going live. Well, Blake, I completely appreciate your daughters then. I love the fact that all three of you join and participate with us. We really like having you guys here with us. Let's see what I miss over here. Yeah, I tell you, Project Loop, 24 hours straight in the park. You got to have some serious stamina. But on the flip side, you also know that in the evenings when the sun sets, it's not blazing hot and it's manageable. Cheryl, love the games. Trivia night was fun a few weeks ago. So I'll tell you guys. I like that, Vacay. Let me write this stuff down. Top 3 pixie dust moments. We'll do that in a future time. And Cheryl said trivia. So, okay. I'll open the cupboard doors to my silliness. So a lot of these games, I try to come up with them, and obviously, I already had my stuff ranked ahead of time, and maybe you might say that's cheating, but it helps me stay on task where we're at, and then allow you guys interact. Cheryl, I just what is today? Tuesday. So yesterday morning I was at work. I wrote down 30 trivia questions and wrote down the answers to all of them, folded it up, put it in the back pocket of my jeans. Maybe I did it. It was Friday. It was last Friday I did it. Came home from work, took my work clothes off, threw them in the hamper to be washed. This morning at work, I'm like, son of a gun. I don't think I pulled that piece of paper out of my back pocket. So when I got home, I mentioned that to my wife, and she's like, oh yeah, all those scraps of pieces of paper were in the lint trap in the dryer. So my 30 trivia questions did not make it. Hey, Cece, I see that you joined. Welcome in. I did answer your question. So if you want to go back and listen to on YouTube, you can do that later. That'd be fine. You can reach out to me or whatever. But I do like the idea. Cheryl's going to cry. She talks about her 3 pixie dust moments. I love that one. We're going to do that one. Absolutely. And we'll do trivia. I'm not super fancy with electronics and stuff. I know there's probably ways to pop up the trivia question, have you pick a select answer. I'm just old school. I'm going to read it and let you answer and try to keep track on paper. So we'll do that. I might try to come up with some new CEO ideas. Those are kind of fun, especially last week. I thought those were a lot of fun. I'll be honest, the CEO ones I did tonight, I kind of thought of last minute with all you guys. But gosh, when we get together next week, I think the first 2 Halloween parties will have already happened. August, I have it written down here. August 15th, 17th, and we'll be doing next Tuesday on a party night. So pretty crazy. Favorite character interactions, I like that. Blake, your daughters have any ideas for future games? I'm sure they do. They're smart, intelligent young ladies. CC, favorite Star Wars character. So, Cece, don't give me your answer, but can you actually say which one is your favorite? Ooh, Cheryl's up for talking about Disney food. That reminds me. So I drop a podcast on the YouTube channel every Monday morning at about 5 a.m. Eastern. This episode that just dropped yesterday morning, I talked about food allergies at Disney World. Totally honest, it's outside of my comfort zone. It's not something that I have to face with my family, fortunately. But I wanted to talk about and share a little bit of information. So if you haven't given that a listen, feel free to do so. Share that with other people. I'd love that. And I'll give a sneak peek. Next week, I'm doing a series on the history of Disney World. And so that's the title. And then each week will be like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 with different topics underneath that. Let's see, Cheryl, snacks, drinks, table service, quick service. Yes, snacks, drinks, table, and quick serve. And then Jordan asked if he ranked all resorts during a live. No, we can do that. Yes, I like that. Rank them resort style. I like that one a lot. Cheryl, how can you access my podcast? Okay, great. Thank you for asking that question. On YouTube, it's on the Park Life Podcast channel. So you can go out to YouTube and search for Park Life Podcast, or on Spotify. So if you driving to work, or whatever, want to listen while you're driving or taking the kids to school or out for a walk, whatever, you can find Park Life Podcast on Spotify. And I've got all the episodes out there. The allergy one was episode 53. I cannot believe I've done 53 of those things. Let's see here. Dina, we could play this or that with you. Give us two choices. I love that. This or that. That's awesome. Thank you for that suggestion. Cheryl, favorite Disney transportation. I just thought about that earlier this evening. Chuck, I saw Chuck comment. Movies that are based on rides, the ride that came first. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's amazing. When we started doing these, it was every other week. And then when I got into 2025, decided to go weekly. It made it easier to keep track of where I was at. I'm obviously, as a travel planner, you probably may be surprised by this, but I'm not one to procrastinate. I like to get as much done as I can. And so I usually record my podcast on Sunday morning, and I'm usually recording for like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks out. But Sunday, when I recorded, I was recording the episode that dropped yesterday morning, and then I recorded the one for next Sunday, and so our next Monday. So when I record this coming Sunday, I'll probably do a couple, 2, 3 out from there. But yeah, History of Disney World is the new one, and it'll be a multi-part. So chapter 1, which drops next Monday, is, I'll tell you, it's called Why Florida? Why did Walt Disney pick Florida, and what went into that decision, and other places that he looked at, and that sort of thing. So kind of fun there. I'll tell you some of the other chapters. Opening day attractions. That's not the sheet of paper I wanted. Here it is. Opening day attractions, evolution of theming and technology, stories behind iconic elements like Main Street USA, impact on Central Florida, the evolution of Walt Disney World transportation, the role of the cast members, the evolution of Fast Pass, rides that should never leave. That might be one of the things we do here. I'm going to write that down. Rides that should never leave. I like that. So yeah, I think that I probably have some others written down somewhere, but that's probably what 10, 12 chapters worth. So that'll take me in quite a ways. Rides that should never leave. Yeah, I like that one. Wait a minute. Project Loop, are you saying Mission Space Orange is a ride that should never leave? Got to get you hooked up with Tina if that's the case. Yikes. I'm not going to say, I'm going to say it's a very unique perspective. Very unique, Project Loop. I think if you were to rope drop Mission Space Orange, you could probably rope drop it 5 times in a row before anybody else would be in that line. I know, Chuck. Ooh, I like that. Cheryl would like to hear other families' traditions. I like that. I do like that. And I will tell you, after I get done with my History of Disney World series, I would like to I'm going to try to do a podcast where I have a guest that I kind of interview. And the thought behind it is I want to talk to them about their Disney World planning and going to Disney and the things that they do and plan and how they manage their trip and all those different things, kind of giving you the view from a non-travel agent, just for their perspective. And so I might try to do, gosh, now that I think about it, might either do 2 separate interviews or try to interview 2 people at the same time. It'd be interesting to do a local that, kind of does staycations, if you will, and then also somebody who does not live locally that goes. Cheryl, my family and I have to ride Spaceship Earth when we walk into Epcot. So Cheryl, that's a great comment. And it's something we used to always do until we stayed on the Skyliner route, stayed at Pop Century Caribbean Beach Resort. And then we weren't entering from the park. That totally changed how we did Epcot. And it was an adjustment for us. But like the last probably 10 trips, we were coming in from the back. So we were doing Remy right away, or we were heading over Soarin' right away. But I will tell you, in May, when we were there as a family, we stayed at All Star Sports for one of those family traditions that was suggested as a topic. And I won't tell you my tradition on that, but we stayed at All Star Sports. We came back in from the front of the park. This is probably the first time in 3, 4, 5 years. So it was different. Tradition says, Chuck, my wife and I make a bubble pop sound every time we drive under the Disney sign. I think that's awesome. I think that is so cool. Isn't it amazing? Just when you drive underneath that arch coming in, whether you're driving yourself or you're in an Uber or in the Mears bus, whatever, it's like entering a whole new, I don't know what, like going through a time machine and coming out another end, and you're in just a wholly different place completely. Love that feeling. All right, gang. I think it's about time to wrap up. I love your ideas for future games. I'm going to keep this handy. We'll start to sprinkle these in over the next couple weeks. I'll be honest, if there's a day where I don't have any questions and there's no brand new news, we'll just jump into games and play games for the evening. I don't mind that at all. Dina, are you planning a rope dropping Epcot on Saturday? Just wondered, since we will be out late at the Christmas party the night before. So Dina, for me personally, the answer is going to be yes. I plan to rope drop the next morning, even though we're going to be out late for the Christmas party. I'll sleep on the plane ride home in a couple days after that. Could that change between now and then? Sure, it could. Could my wife tell me that we're not getting up at the crack of dawn to rope drop? That's certainly a possibility, but my plan would be that we would rope drop for sure. And I still want to coordinate for anybody that wants to buy Lightning Lanes to do Guardians of the Galaxy that we could try to ride together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Same thing with Tron at Magic Kingdom or something like that. Project Loop, thank you, Mike. Until next time. Jordan, do you do these every Tuesday? Yes, Jordan. Now, life happens, and occasionally I might have to cancel for one reason or another, but I try to do these every Tuesday night 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central. We do these on the TikTok channel here, which is Mike_Disney Travel. And I'm also on YouTube on my laptop on the Park Life Podcast YouTube channel. So I'd love for you to do that. Dina, what say you? Are you going to rope drop Saturday morning at Epcot? Or are you sleeping in? I'm a rope dropper too, no matter what. Thank you. Exactly. You can sleep before you get to Disney. You can sleep after you leave Disney. There's no reason to sleep while you're at Disney, right? 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Next day, boom, you're ready to go. Absolutely. Dina, you and I, we connect quite a bit. Love it. Be coming in from the front of the park. I don't know what we'll do at Epcot rope dropping. I will tell you, of course, in May, we have my grandson, so we rope dropped Frozen so that he can enjoy that. And then we were going to do the Three Caballeros inside the Mexican pavilion, but it didn't open until 9 o'clock, so we had to just keep on going from there. Anthony needs his midday naps. Midday nap is fine, but rope drop, got to do it. Cheryl, rope drop depends on how many days I have in the parks, marathon versus sprint. I totally get that, Cheryl. If you're there for 8 days, 10 days, whatever, there's no reason to do that. Yes, Jordan, the trip in November is a meetup like we did last year. Park Life Live is November 13th, 14th, and 15th. I know there's a group of people that will be there again like last year. We're going to hopefully do the Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs on that Thursday night, Magic Kingdom during the day Friday, the Christmas party Friday night, and then Epcot on Saturday. All right, I'm going to try again. Let's try to wrap this up. You guys kind of notice I have a hard time saying goodbye. Just imagine what it's going to be like Friday when I have to take my son off to college. Saying goodbye is hard. I totally appreciate all of your time joining. I enjoy the interaction more than you guys can imagine. I don't want to just sit and talk and talk and talk. I like the interaction, so I appreciate you participating. That'd be great, Jordan, if you could. Yeah, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, November 13th, we're going to be at Disney Springs that evening at 7. Friday's Magic Kingdom during the day, Christmas party that night. Saturday's Epcot. I'll be there from the 11th through the 18th for the whole stretch there. Sherry, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Good night to you as well. Blake, thank you and your daughters. I appreciate you guys joining again. Dina, thank you for joining as well. Anybody else that's on the YouTube side, thank you. My TikTok friends, thanks for joining. I will see you again next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Have a better day tomorrow. And remember, when you wake up, it will be a great day to be alive. Appreciate everybody. You guys take care. We'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.